Let's turn our attention now to the House of Reps, where a cross-section of parliamentary reporters say the first 365 days of the Tajudeen-led House of Representatives come with a bag of mixed feelings. National Assembly correspondent Joke Adisa reports.
On the 13th of June, history was made when an unassuming, humble and three-term member, Abass Tajudeen, was unanimously elected as the Speaker of the 10th House.
Honorable colleagues, our responsibilities as lawmakers require diligence, probity, transparency, dedication, and commitment to national interest. I therefore charge you to be guided by these principles, even as we embark on the oversight of other arms of government. We must see the powers of oversight given to us by the Constitution as a means to promote good governance through compliance to the laws of the land.
Abass Tajudeen received 353 votes to defeat two other contenders.
I, Abass Tajudeen.
He took the oath of office along with his deputy, Benjamin Kalu, with a mission to make a remarkable impact in the lives of the people. The 10th National Assembly recorded the highest turnover of experienced lawmakers, as more than 70% of the 360 members of the House are first-timers.
Today, people have seen our level of popularity and acceptance by our members, and it has put to shame those who always thought that we were imposed by the party and that we don't have the number.
The leadership admitted it was a major challenge and set out on a capacity-building journey. It also placed a premium on security of lives and properties. Delta State lawmaker Francis Wahibe is the chairman committee on rules and business. He says the House is beginning to see the reward of the many training and retrainings of the last 12 months.
About 80% new members coming into Parliament. But it's been a very exciting time. Mr. Speaker, the Right Honorable Tajudeen Abass, PhD, he took the bull by the horn. First, to deal with the issues of capacity, since we had lost a lot of experienced members. So there's been a lot of trainings, both as a House and at committee levels. And that is beginning to yield fruits.
He says in the last 1 year, the House has considered more than 1,500 bills. Out of these, 1,008 await second reading, 88 are before standing committees, 69 await consideration, while 10 bills have been consolidated. 679 motions have also been passed, majority of which deal with the nation's security challenges.
Pride ourselves today has been the People's Parliament. You will see that what happened during the 2024 budget consideration, there was a public discussion, an open house, where every citizen, other than the committee considerations that are normal, citizens were invited to come and air their opinion even before we began work on it.
The House unveiled an 8-point legislative agenda in November 2023. The working document speaks to priority areas representing the vision and mission of the House, with a target to align with the renewed hope agenda of the executive.
I've just told you why.
Ezenwa Nwago is the chairman Partners for Electoral Reform and a public affairs analyst. He shares with me his perception of the 10th National Assembly.
True is, when you were born, you don't know anything. I'm really happy that the adversarial disposition that a lot of people think about the National Assembly, I mean the legislature, in terms of its relationship with the executive, there seems to be more cooperation. There seems to be more principled cooperation, in my view, than what it used to be. And I qualify it as principled because we are not seeing all those unnecessary struggle for, territory.
Beyond these, controversies have trailed some of its oversight functions. The latest is when some members of the Haddock Committee, which investigated alleged job racketeering in government agencies, were accused of corruption. Allegations of graft were also leveled against some members by Binance, though the leadership of the House rose stoutly in defense of its members.
The second year should be an activist legislature. Activist legislature in the sense that the challenge of hunger, the challenge of insecurity, the challenge, they cannot continue to, I hear them speak at times and they say government should, and I'm asking myself, what does that mean? They must see themselves as part of government and take initiatives, clear initiatives that will resolve the question of hunger, the question of insecurity, and the question of the relevance of democracy to most Nigerians. Because as the crisis of hunger continues, insecurity continues to increase, people will lose confidence in democracy, and the legislature is the first casualty.
These parliamentary reporters also give their assessment of the performance of the 10th House and the challenges ahead.
Any seconder?
I can see compared to the other assemblies that I've covered, this 10th assembly so far, I've seen their effort. You understand? Unlike in the past whereby you see that new lawmakers are not prone to moving motions and bills. But in this 10th assembly, you can see that there is this courage and boldness trials, even though they are not where they ought to be. You see them coming up to move motions and bill, and I think that is encouraging.
So far, so good. They've been doing their best in terms of presentation of motions and bills, but I think that they should have, do better than they have done. Most of the time, particularly when we see presentations of bills like executive bills from the president, we've not been able to see, I would say, that checks and balances have been somehow a little bit lacking. But I think a little bit better in terms of the rubber stamp that characterized the night assembly.
If you look at it from 1999 to date, they've done better because they've been able to produce over 1,000 bills. That has not happened in the history of the National Assembly before, for them to have such large number of bills in 1 year. They've done a number of motions, but I'm not really satisfied with their attendance to plenary. If you study them very well, you realize that we've not really had, apart from on the day of inauguration and the day the speaker announced committees, we've not had up to half of them, or more than half of them, attending plenaries. And plenaries is where you carry out one of the major functions of the National Assembly, which is lawmaking.
As it begins the second of a 4-year term, the House says constitution review, devolution of power, security, and more effective oversight functions are some of its focus. It seeks the support of the citizens towards making a mark as it continues its journey to achieving good governance. Joke Edson, TVC News, Abuja.